All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 2 of our doubleheader here at Everett High School. And it's now the boys' turn as the Revere Patriots come to town, taking on the Everett Crimson Tide. The Tide come into this one at 2-0. They had a 5-point win over Medford in the season opener, and then they had a 28-point victory over Malden. All Greater Boston League action is here to come. So it's the Patriots who will start off first with the basketball. This is Calvin Boudreau over to number 5, Marco Cerboni. Just give me a moment to get acclimated with the rosters. Dylan Day leaves it for number 0, Jafar Barry, back to Boudreau. Nice defense right there by Kevin Ruiz. The starting 5 for the Crimson Tide. Number 3, Stephen Cordero. Number 31, Kevin Ruiz. Number 4, Kevin Arist. Number 11, John Menexent. And number 13, Juvens Lewis. Kevin Ruiz is going to try the wing three-pointer, no good, but it falls directly into the hands of John Menexent. That putback's no good. Stephen Cordero's jumper is no good, but the Tide with a third offensive rebound here, giving themselves plenty of chances to get on the board. Cordero over to Lewis. Juvens Lewis for 3, no good. Rebound goes to the Patriots. Off and running the other way is James Clotto. Over to Calvin Boudreau. Marco Cerboni, defended by Cordero. Good hands by John Menexent to poke it away. Juvens Lewis comes up with the steal, and it's Stephen Cordero pacing the Crimson Tide offense. We're a minute and a half into this game. Still zeros on the board. Both teams coming out with some good energy to start. Timeout taken by the Crimson Tide. And that's Coach Chamberlain, his 3rd year at the helm, leading the Crimson Tide sideline. All right, we'll take a timeout too. 6:25 left in the first quarter. We are scoreless. All right, we're back after the timeout. It's going to be Crimson Tide basketball. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. 6:25 on the game clock. Juvens Lewis will inbound for the Tide. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Cordero defended by Cerboni. Looks to the elbow for Ruiz. No good. Rebound's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Tide. Patriots basketball. Oh, nice steal by Ruiz. Anticipating the pass. Comes up with the steal. John Menexent drives in. Nice pass to Juvens Lewis. But it's going to hit the baseline, out of bounds, Revere basketball. Good ball movement from the Tide, though. I like that look. Quick pass out to Menexent. Up fake on the 3. Nice drop off to Juvens Lewis. That's good offense. Tide putting on some full court pressure. That's Kevin Arist defending Calvin Boudreau. Dylan Day has it. Ball ripped away by John Menexent. Nice pass by Ruiz out to Menexent and head of the pack. And one. Nice job by Menexent. Beautiful pass by Kevin Ruiz, leading him out in front. Menexent was able to poke the ball away. Ruiz coming up with the steal. And Menexent wisely went straight to the basket, finished the layup in traffic, and he'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. Free throw is no good. 2-0 Crimson Tide. Pick set by Dylan Day. Boudreau drives to the hoop. Nice defense by Menexent to bother that shot. Day comes down with the offensive rebound, and his putback is good. Now the Patriots employing their full court press. And it creates some pressure, forcing the steal. And a nice basket right there by James Clotto. And now the Patriots with a quick 4 points. They're ahead by 2. Nice job by the Tide to pass out of it. Ruiz has it. It's going to go cross-court pass to Cordero. He drives, thinks about it from the elbow. Open look to John Menexent. He can knock it down. He's their three-point specialist, and Menexent right on cue puts the Tide back on top, 5-4. Both teams look like they're going to apply the pressure after a made hoop, and right there, the Crimson Tide's pressure forcing the inbound violation. So Tide basketball. Side out, John Menexent inbounds to Stephen Cordero. Ruiz over at the elbow drives, kicks it out. Juvens Lewis from the corner, no good. Kevin Arise with the offensive rebound. He's in good position down low, and Kevin Arise, the senior captain, finishes. Tied up by 3. Good pressure by the Tide. Nice dribbling right there by James Claudio. Dylan Day is going to try it from downtown. That's no good. Arise with the rebound. Cordero getting the Tide set up in their offense. Ruiz is going to try it. No good. Rebound to Jafar Barry. And Barry now bringing it up himself, but a nice back steal by Stephen Cordero. Just staying with the play. Gives it to Menexent, back to Cordero. Back to Menexent, another good look for John. That's no good. And we're going to have a reach-in foul on number 31, Kevin Ruiz. So we're going to have our first couple of substitutions into the game. Checking in for the Crimson Tide is number 21. That is Edwin Francois, along with number 32, Mervyn's Amazon. And they replace number 4, Kevin Arise, and number 31, Kevin Ruiz. How about that for the fade route? Beautiful pass right there. But good defense by the Tide, getting back in transition, defending that. Now it's Cordero going to try it from downtown. That's no good. Rebound, great job by Mervyn's Amazon. Fresh off the bench, comes up with the offensive rebound, but nice defensive play by Marco Cerboni to strip it from behind. That's Edwin Francois with the steal. Over to Menexent. He finds Cordero, settling it down now. The pace has been a little frenetic here, but that's what you get when both teams are going to go into the press. Makes for some great action, though. Nice pass down low. Just rims out for Mervyn's, and the Patriots have the rebound. Good look right there by Lewis down low to Amazon, just rimmed out. Good perimeter defense by the Tide. Day looking to work on Francois, kicks it out. Claudio is going to knock it down from 3. James Claudio off to a great start for the Patriots. This game is tied at 7 with 2:35 left in the first quarter. Edwin Francois, good look down low. Doesn't get it to fall, but he's going to come up with the steal. John Menexent made one from there earlier, and he's made a second one. Menexent now 2 out of 3 from downtown. And that's 8 points for Menexent. Good defense by the Tide. The pick is set right there by number 10, Jared Natola. Out of bounds, Crimson Tide ball. And we got a couple players subbing in for the Patriots. Number 2, that's Richie DiMarzo. And number 14, Jack D'Ambrosio, are in for Revere. Again, the pressure is coming from the Patriots defensively. Nice drive by Menexent, drops it off to Francois. We're going to have a jump ball. And the possession arrow is favoring the Crimson Tide. So we'll stay with the Tide. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 1:42 on the game. 10-7 tied up by 3. This is the first quarter. This is David D'Souza, number 2, has just checked into the game for the Tide. Him and Cordero will be the backcourt along with Menexent. It'll be a 3-guard set. Nice hoop right there. 12-7 Tide. Nice D by the Tide. Amazon along with D'Souza doing a great job trapping. Maybe a little bit of an overzealous reach, but good pressure. Reach in called against the Tide. It's only the third foul called this quarter, so been a pretty spotless quarter. Both teams really playing with some energy. Nice hands right there. Steven Cordero, very active hands. Boudreau inbounding for the Patriots. Double screen set down in the paint. Gets it to the top of the key to Gerard Natola. And D'Souza picking up the personal. And replacing David D'Souza is number 1, Ralph Aneo. Patriots again setting that screen. Getting the ball into Richie DeMarso. Nice defense by Aneo, just checking into the game. Great job by Ralph, right in his airspace. Now this is Cordero. Again, that's the second time Cordero with the active hands on the back steal. It's going to be last touched by the Tide, staying with Revere. 58.9 left in the first quarter. 19 seconds on the shot clock. It's 12-7 Crimson Tide. Really good defense by the Tide in the perimeter. Really tough. That's a good drive right there. Just rims out for Boudreau. But Natola stays with it. He gets the offensive rebound. Excellent defense by Edwin Francois. If he didn't block it, he certainly altered the shot. And how about the effort by Ralph Aneo? So far, he's checked into the game. He's been all over it defensively. Great job by Ralph. Nice hands by Francois. Way to battle for it. Finds Cordero. Bounce pass to Amazon. Oh, that's great ball movement. Beautiful look from the Tide. Francois finishes down low. Hard work created that possession for the Tide and some great ball movement. That's what you want to see. I know Coach Chamberlain's proud of that one. 14-7 Tide up by 7. Blocking foul. Nice spin move by Dylan Day, and he'll get himself to the line shooting 2. Some great effort by Francois, too. Hitting the floor, coming up with the loose ball. Cordero keeping it moving. So it goes to Day down low. And a little bit of a miscommunication. Pass just let his guard a little bit too much. Backcourt violation is the call. So 6.2 seconds left. Tide can take the last shot. They're up by 7. Cordero, elbow jumper is good. Stephen Cordero finishes the first quarter with the 15-foot jumper. And the Tide up by 9 after 1, 16-7. Second quarter about to begin. Revere basketball to start. Patriots are down by 9. On the floor for the Patriots, it's number 2, Richie DeMarso. Number 22, Calvin Boudreau. Number 33, Dylan Day. Number 14, Jack D'Ambrosio. And number 10, Jared Natola. And the 5 on the court for the Crimson Tide, number 1, Ralph Aneo. Number 5, Narini Muhammad. Number 21, Edwin Francois. Number 11, John Menexon. And number 32, Mervyn's Amazon. Boudreau to inbound, very close to 5. Yep, and the violation was caused. Great defense by Narini Muhammad all over the inbound, and it'll be Crimson Tide basketball. Nice play by Ralph Aneo, leading Muhammad up the court. It was stolen away nicely by the Patriots, but pretty good job by Aneo to try to set him up. 3-point attempt, no good. And that's Narini Muhammad with the rebound. Aneo back to Muhammad. Over to Menexon. Rivere's in a zone right now, 3-2 zone. Aneo's going to try it. Wing 3, no good. Amazon skies up for the rebound. Nice putback. Just rims out. He's going to get another chance at it. Oh, just goes by way to the Patriots. Nice rebound going to Richie DeMarzo. Body's hitting the floor, and the foul was on the Tide. So it's going to be Revere basketball. Checking back into the game for the Patriots is number 12, James Claudio, replacing number 14, Jack D'Ambrosio. Tide have really been effective in their full court pressure. Revere breaks it this time. Now we're into the half court. Nice D on the baseline. Really working defensively. Good energy from the Tide. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Calvin Boudreau thinks about it. He's going to try it from just inside the 3. That's no good. Rebound. It's kept alive. Nope. Ralphineo has it. Tide are off on the run. Muhammad throws it in off the front rim. And the Patriots have it. 6:15 left in the second quarter. Tide still up by 9, 16-7. Day working in traffic. And Dylan Day will get himself a trip to the line. That foul was on number 21, Edwin Francois. One for 2 goes Dylan Day. Patriots down by 8. Again, the 3-2 zone being put to use by Revere. Ralphineo is going to get a good look. That's what happens in the 3-2 zone. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Crimson Tide. Now seeing his first action into the game for Revere is number 13, Randy Urdaneta. And he replaces number 33, Dylan Day. And coming back into the game for the Crimson Tide, that's number 13, Juvens Lewis, and he replaces number 1, Ralph Aneo. Aneo gave them some great defensive energy. Muhammad now being trapped. Nice pass to Francois down low. Ball's at his feet, but Francois comes up with it. Doesn't fall. Natola comes down with the rebound. And we're going to have a reach-in foul called on number 5, Narini Muhammad. And that is the bonus situation. So this is a 1-and-1 situation at the foul line. Calvin Boudreau is at the line. That's the 7th team foul. So the Crimson Tide are in the penalty. Rebound goes to Edwin Francois. Oh, nice move by Mervyn Zamazan, and he'll get himself a trip to the line. I think they called the foul on the body, which would be on number 13, Randy Urdaneta. So Mervyn's Amazon will go to the line shooting 2. Chest rims out. Revere looking to further dent this Crimson Tide lead as the Patriots have had the better of play in the second quarter. So it's going to stay with the Patriots. Kevin Reese checks back into the game, replacing Mervin's Amazon, who had some really good minutes, did a great job on the glass. Richie DiMarzo has it, defended by Narini Muhammad. They swing it around, looking for the cutting Calvin Boudreau as he slashes to the hoop. Nice floater in the lane by Boudreau. And Revere now down only 6. This is the closest it's been since early in the first quarter. So we got a foul called on the floor on number 10, Jared Natola. So it's going to be Crimson Tide side out. Number 31, Kevin Ruiz, checking back into the game, replacing number 21, Edwin Francois. Francois with some real good minutes off the bench as well for the Tide. Good hands right there by James Claudio. It's going to stay with the Tide. Revere's pressure really picking up. Oh, nice move. Nice take by Kevin Reese. Beautiful take by Kevin. He wanted the ball in the post. He got it. Spun baseline. Really good finish. The Tide desperately needed that. And if you keep in score, that was the first 2 points of the second quarter. But right there, again, when the Tide when they can make a hoop, they can go into their full court press. It's a very tough look, and it gets a turnover right off the bat. So the Tide have it now up by 8. We're less than 4.5 to play here in the second quarter. 18-10, Crimson Tide on top. Also into the game for the Tide is number 22, James Menexon. He's the twin brother of number 11, John Menexon. Revere comes up with the steal. Natola over to Boudreau. Now this is Claudio back to Boudreau. He's going to drive baseline. Oh, nice hands by James Menexon. He saw that pass developing. He got over there and was able to tip it away, but the Tide give it back. Randy Urdanata down low to Jared Natola. And Natola's fighting for it. Jump ball, and the arrow is favoring Revere. So it's going to stay with the Patriots. Correction, my mistake. The arrow is actually Everett's ball. So it's going to be Crimson Tide basketball. 3:52 left second quarter, 18-10. So again, much like Everett, Revere will put the full court pressure on. And it certainly has been effective. Both teams making each other work. A lot of energy here. Nice job by Cadero over to Menexon. Nice job by Menexon. Finds Juvens Lewis. Great take by Juvens Lewis. Nice job by the senior. Correction, I think he's a junior, but great play by Juvens. Ooh, almost goes out of bounds. But yet, what a save, what a play by James Claudio. The ball almost went out of bounds. Claudio kind of just desperately saved it, kept it in play, and the Patriots able to finish 20-12. Kevin Ruiz will get himself a trip to the line. Dylan Day called for the foul. So Ruiz will go to the line, shooting 2. Ruiz goes 1 out of 2 at the line, but he made the second one, which allows the Tide to set up in their press, and it's a good one. Great pressure right there. And right, again, Monexit almost comes up with it, but the Patriots scrappy themselves. And the foul is going to be called on Steven Cordero. And again, tied, they're in the penalty, so Revere will go to the line shooting 1-1. And the first one is banked in. Dylan Day has a little bit of a laugh on that one. I take it he wasn't playing the bank, but goes in the board the same way. It's all right. I'll take whatever free throws go in for me, too. I was a bank shot guy that never planted it either. Back rims the second. So 1 for 2 goes Dylan Day. Ruiz comes down with the rebound. 21-13 tied on top. Oh, nice play by Monexit to come down with that. He's going to get it back on the baseline. Dylan Day with some good defense coming up with the steal. Oh, nice. Nice block by Kevin Ruiz. Bodies are hitting the floor. Good hustle all around. Both teams hitting the deck, fighting for that loose ball, but traveling is the call. So it's going to be Revere basketball. 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. 21-13. Tide hanging on, but Patriots really have upped the pressure here in the second quarter. That's a nice cut, nice pass. But good job by the Tide resetting defensively. Dylan Day looking to drive down low. That's a big hoop right there. Dylan Day, the big fella, he's able to finish in the foul. So he'll get himself a chance at a three-point play. And earlier I just wanted to correct myself. I had pointed out a play made by Juvens Lewis. He is a senior. I believe there's only 2 seniors, I think, on this Crimson Tide roster. Kevin Arist and Juvens Lewis. Oh, no, actually, we got Rove Bryce as well. And I can actually get that list officially at halftime just to make sure I'm not missing anyone. But, hey, back in play we go. And we're going to have a foul now called against Revere. Nice show of sportsmanship right there. Foul called. So, again, things have gotten real interesting here in the second quarter. Tide hanging on to a 6-point lead as we approach the 2-minute mark. The Tide trying to settle it down into their half-court set. Cross-court goes to D'Souza. Thinks about it. Back out to Cordero. Oh, nice look. Cordero down to D'Souza. Oh, nice job by Mervin's Amazon staying with it. He was initially blocked by Dylan Day, but the ball came right back to him, and Amazon just went right back up, put it in off the window. That's a big hoop. And how about the steal by Amazon? And one! Mervin's Amazon. The human highlight reel. The last 4 points, he saw the anticipation, came blitzing in on that pass, stole it, and then he was able to get fouled at the rim, converting the basket. And again, nice show of sportsmanship there. Calvin Bedreau just giving a little pat. And both teams really playing hard, playing the right way. And we're just happy to be back. This is great. Just rims out. Rebound goes to Day. Over to Bedreau. Oh, nice hands by John Monexit. Monexit is trying to put his mask back on his face. And something that you don't normally say. You know, this is something new for this year. Monexit had the steal, and he had one hand holding his mask. Again, 2021. Welcome to it. All right, here we go. 25-17. The Patriots are just hanging around, scrapping around. The floater, baseline. Oh, the official member's bounce goes for John Monexit. 45 seconds left in this first half. Tied up by 10. After a slow start to this quarter, both teams have really picked it up. Wow. Patriots from downtown. That's number 30. Steven Leone buries the corner three. And the Revere sidelines is coming alive. 27-20. 20 seconds left in the first half. And the Tide can take the last shot. John Menexen's going to try a corner three. Got it. Menexen. Both teams trading threes. Now the Patriots have the final 10 seconds if they so choose. Oh, but it's D'Souza with the big steal over to Cordero. And Cordero with the layup. And that is how this first half is going to finish. The Patriots had just cut it to 6. And if you went in the other room to grab a drink, you would have missed that the Tide added a quick 6 themselves to the board. And that's the advantage here at recess. 2 quarters are in the books, and it's the Crimson Tide on top, 32-20. All right, we're back in action. Revere will have the basketball to start the third quarter, and what a beautiful pass. I mean, I could see that develop from here. It wasn't finished, but really nice pass from Calvin Boudreau. James Cotto unable to finish at the rim, and the Tide have it. Kevin Ruiz is going to try it from the corner. Nice stroke by the sophomore. And the Tide are up by 15. Just some leading scorers for you. And a timeout has been called by Revere. So John Menexen was the leading scorer at halftime for the Crimson Tide. He's got 13 points, while Dylan Day is leading the way for Revere. He's got 6 points. Timeout called, 7:37 left in the third quarter. We'll take one, too, 35-20, Crimson Tide. After the timeout, Revere basketball. Ooh, and just couldn't get it in. 5-second inbound violation is the call. Boudreau was just inbounding as that 5 Mississippi was being counted. So it's going to be back to the Crimson Tide. This is Steven Cordero. Nice drop-off pass. Kevin Ariest. His baseline hook is no good. Day. Oh, nice steal by John Menexen. Menexen's going to go to the rim. Ooh, just rims out. Somehow that wouldn't fall for John. He really made a beautiful move to the hoop with the left hand. And then that doesn't fall for Claudio. I mean, he rose up there pretty nicely, too. Nice defense by Ruiz. Now it's Cordero. Elbow jumper. And that doesn't fall. We've had a couple shots that have been halfway down and out that, unfortunately, still don't garner you any points. So both teams trading some scoreless possessions, 35-20, 6:56 left in the third quarter. I mentioned earlier I was getting a tally of seniors on the Crimson Tide roster. There are 4 of them. We mentioned Kevin Ariest, Juvens Lewis, Edwin Francois, and Rove Bryce. Those are our 4 seniors for the Crimson Tide. Again, Tide in their pressure. Oh, nice pass to Claudio. He pulls up. That's a pretty nice play. James Claudio, quick pull-up. Kind of like a Russell Westbrook, stop on a dime and pull the trigger from the free throw line. That's good. 35-22. So just when you think the Tide start to maybe pull away, Revere's right there to remind you that they're not going anywhere. Screen set by Ruiz. Pass down low to Ariest. And that's going to be out of bounds. Nice play by Ruiz to knock it out of bounds off Dylan Day. So it's going to stay with the Tide. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. There's a lot of real estate in this Crimson Tide gym. That ball went to the far end of the gym, which is somewhere around where the 400 meters make their final turn. And there's a lot of space out here. Cordero. That's no good, but it works out as a pass. And Juvens Lewis on the receiving end of it. Right man in the right place. Nice job by the senior Lewis to finish. Tied back up by 15. Great pressure. Nice job by Revere getting out of that. And it's going to be Jared Natola earning himself a trip to the line. So this is Natola shooting 2. Is there such a thing when it's like too quiet when you're shooting a free throw, right? I mean, better him than me. And those 2 free throws, nothing but net for Natola. Revere down by 13. We're under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. And we're going to have a hold here. So the foul called against Revere. Francois flashes for the screen, then he goes to the hoop after receiving the pass by Cordero. Going to end up in the hands of Lewis. Nice pass to Cordero. Little two-man game between Lewis and Cordero. That's a pretty nice look down low, too. Great effort by Kevin Arice to keep that ball alive. It won't show up in the stat book, but shows up in my heart. That was a great play. Oh, and how about John Menexent? Go gadget, I got this. John Menexent finishing above the rim. 2 offensive rebounds, and he'll get himself a chance. That basket was good. So Menexent going to the line, shooting 1. And Menexent completes the 3-point play. 40-24, Crimson Tide. We are at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Oh, wow. What a look. Dylan Day looked like he had nowhere to go, but kept his eyes up, and beautiful pass down low to a wide open James Claudio. Revere with a much-needed hoop right there. This is Francois. Cross-court pass to Cordero. Back to the corner. John Menexent loves that view. Got it. Menexent, anytime he has that kind of range to get that shot off, he can be deadly. Cordero just a second late, but almost comes up with the back steal. And the Tide do a great job getting back to set up defensively. Oh, nice move by Day. So before the shot, we're going to have a foul on the floor. So Boudreau to inbound. 43-26 Tide. Mervin's Amazon checking back into the game along with Ralph Aneo, replacing Edwin Francois and Juvens Lewis. The 5 on the floor for the Tide. We got Ralph Aneo, Stephen Cordero, Kevin Arice, John Menexent, and Mervin's Amazon. Oh, nice hands by Amazon. And we're going to have a foul called on Natola. So it'll be Amazon going to the line, shooting 2. 4 minutes left, third quarter. Amazon knocks down the first. unable to get the shooter's bounce. Rebound goes to Calvin Boudreau. But another steal by Mervin's Amazon, who's been busy in that department. And John Menexon, again, 2 in a row from the corner. And that's going to get a Revere Patriots timeout. And we'll take one, too, with 3:49 left in the third quarter. It's the Tide on top, 47-26. All right, Patriots basketball after the timeout. Wow, really nice take from Calvin Boudreau driving to the hoop. And it's 47-28 Crimson Tide. Oh, nice drop off. Good pass by Cordero to Amazon, but it was poked away. It was a nice look, though. But James Clodo going the other way. Revere after the timeout, quick 4 points. And we have an illegal screen set by the Crimson Tide, so it's going to be Revere basketball. We got 3 minutes left. 47-30 is the Crimson Tide lead. John Menexon, very active with the hands. Almost comes up with that one. Puts Cotto in a real tough spot and does create the steal. Kevin Arist comes up with the steal. Beautiful outlet to Ralph Aneo, but it's Menexon with the putback at the rim. And it was Menexon's defense originally that made that happen. He almost came up with the initial steal, put Cotto in a real tough spot. He had nowhere to go, and it was Kevin Arist able to come up with it. Oh, Stephen Cordero, great steal. Tide's defense really turning it on. Nice defense by Calvin Boudreau, and it's going to stay with the Tide. He was able to turn away the driving attempt of Ralph Aneo. Oh, nice play by Cordero. Nice look by Aneo, and he's going to get it back in the corner. Oh, that's nice. Pretty offense right there. Ralph did a nice job. He was probing the baseline, fed Amazon, and then Amazon gave it right back to him as he slid wide open in the corner. Nice job by Aneo and Amazon with that ball movement. Cordero comes up with the steal as he pokes it away. Aneo, beautiful pass to find him. Oh, maybe one too many passes there. A little too unselfish. They didn't need to do all that. Great effort by Kevin Arist hitting the floor. It's going to stay with the Patriots, but the hustle and the energy from the Crimson Tide, it's on full display right now. And the Patriots are leaving it out there too. Both teams are really hitting the deck for every loose ball. That's D'Souza. Switches. Now it's Arist covering. Oh, nice hands by Arist. Able to pick it from Natola. Arist going the other way. Oh, beautiful. Little switcheroo. Finish at the rim. Started with the right, over to the left. Kevin Arist. And Kevin is the kind of guy, he's always putting the time in. Real hard worker. Great kid. First attempt, no good. Natola goes 1 for 2. And the Crimson Tide are on top, 54-31. We have 1 minute left in the third quarter. Five seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock violation. Good defense by the Patriots right there. So it's Revere basketball. 36.3 seconds left, third quarter. Crimson Tide on top by 23. Ooh, that was a really nice take. Almost went. And it's going to be a foul there. Offensive rebound goes to Natola. So Natola will go back to the line, shooting 2. 1 for 2 in his last trip. Natola knocks down the second. Another 1 for 2 trip. And the Patriots are down by 22. Looks like Ralph Aneo is going to pace the Crimson Tide offense and look to take the last shot of this third quarter. Nowhere to go on the baseline. Boudreau's going to come up with the steal. Over to Natola. Nice play by Mervin's Amazon as he took the offensive foul. 1.4 seconds left here in the third. Crimson Tide are going to either try to go with an outlet pass or just get it up real quick. Ooh, it wouldn't have counted, but it was a good look by Ralph Aneo from 3/4 court. And after 3 quarters of play, it's the Tide up by 22, 54-32. Fourth quarter underway. Crimson Tide will start things off. On top by 22. The 5 on the court for the Crimson Tide. That's number 2, David D'Souza. Number 22, James Menexent. Number 4, Kevin Ariste. Number 1, Ralph Aneo. And number 32, Mervin's Amazon. Oh, beautiful take by James Menexent. Driving baseline, finishing with the left. Really nice finish from James. Mervin's Amazon with another steal. Great play. Ariste leaves it for D'Souza. Slowing it down. 15 on the shot clock. Amazon's going to try it from downtown. No good. Oh, nice move by Boudreau. But his pass just out of the hands of number 1, Nathan Ramos. Oh, nice take by Ralph. Kind of faked the pass, gave himself a lane up the sideline, and he took it. Nice job by Ralph Aneo to get that ball up the court. Now it's James Menexent. Oh, nice feed to Kevin Ariste. Beautiful pass by James Menexent, and Kevin Ariste will get himself a trip to the line. 1 for 2 goes Kevin Arist. Oh, great defense by James Menexent. It's like he pulled the chair out from underneath him. And that was a really nice steal. Good finish by the Tide. And the Tide have really put their stamp on this one. Ralph Aneo comes up with the steal. They're going to get him for traveling. But it was a great play by Ralph, hitting the 4. From the moment he checked into this game, Ralph Aneo defensively, I felt like he really took it to another level. And while the Crimson Tide defense was already strong once he entered the game, I felt like he brought everyone else's game up with that defensive intensity. And now everyone's just showing it off. So really good D by the Tide. That's really been the story of this second half. Revere was really clawing back, making things interesting, but the Tide's defense kind of turned this game on its head. And active hands again. Tide all over those passing lanes. And how about that pass again by Menexent? It doesn't go, but wow, that was a nice finish right there. Using every inch of the backboard was number 11, Luis Cardoza. Able to finish that over Mervin's Amazon, who can cover quite some area himself. So that was a tough finish. Good hoop right there. 59-34, Crimson Tide on top. 5.5 minutes left, fourth quarter. Beautiful take by Amazon and another nice pass by James Menexent. James doing a really good job of facilitating. When he gets into the paint, it's almost like he's probing the paint area, just waiting for one of his big guys to slip out. Really doing a nice job. And now he's replaced by his twin brother, John. And John's also been very active here. He's got a couple. He's the leading scorer for the Tide. And he's got a few steals to his stat sheet as well. Nice hands by D'Souza. Oh, almost. Great effort all around. Good hustle by both teams. It's going to be Crimson Tide ball. 5 minutes left, fourth quarter. Well-deserved break for Ralph Aneo and Kevin Arist. Good hands right there by Marco Sorboni. It's going to be Crimson Tide ball after 5 minutes left. Cordero free throw line jumper's good. Nice job by Steven. Again, great defensive pressure by Amazon. He's been all over the place. Another one defensively. He's also been right there the whole time. What a play by Juvens. Juvens Lewis. I don't know if you folks got to see that play. He was able to tip the ball up. Kind of tipped it to himself, took it in. Nice job by Juvens. So we get some more substitutions. Looks like we have a timeout called. So we got a timeout on the floor. And we'll take one too. 4:29 left in the fourth quarter. Tide on top of this one. Scratch that timeout. We're back. Couple sweat droplets on the court, maybe getting mopped off. Maybe, I don't know. I don't say mop, but we got it covered. We're back in play here. That's a pretty nice look. But again, good job by the Tide defense, just converging at the point of attack. Cerboni's three-point attempt is no good. Francois' outlet pass goes to D'Souza, drops it off for Menexent. We're going to have a foul called as James Menexent will go to the line shooting 2. Senior number 33, Rove Bryce, is into the game for the Crimson Tide. .350 left. Nowhere to go. Cerboni looking for some help. Gets it to Cardoza. Back to Cerboni. 10 on the shot clock. Blocked away by Menexent. Aneo's going to track it down. Nice finish by Ralph Aneo. Just got to that ball in time before it was going out of bounds. Didn't have much backboard to work with. Just able to kind of put some little bit of English on it, rolled it in. Nice finish. Rove Bryce coming up with the steal. Nice take. Aneo. Wide open in the corner. He saw the lane to the baseline and he took it. Was able to finish on the opposite side. Nice up and under move. Cardoza sets the screen. He's going to get it back. He's going to try it from the wing. That's no good. Rebound kept alive. Nope, it's going to be Crimson Tide ball, is it? Let's see. Race for it. Nice job by D'Souza. Also good hustle by number 21, Volnir Don for Revere. Tide slowing it down. 10 seconds on the shot clock. D'Souza's going to try it from downtown. No good. Francois comes up with the rebound. And Ralph Aneo from the wing. And Aneo really starting to heat up offensively. Under 2 minutes left. And that's for, we got a whistle for a substitution. So checking into the game is number 30, Stephen Leone. And he replaces number 1, Nathan Ramos. And that's intercepted. James Menexent has it. Aneo just looking for some help. 6 on the shot clock for the Tide. Going to have to do something. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. And we are in the last minute of this one. Cardoza down low to Volnir Don. And Menexent comes up with the rebound. Some crafty dribbling to try to keep it around. He does. He gets it over to D'Souza. D'Souza just gets it over to avoid the violation. Cross-court pass. Aneo to Menexent. Pass was a little low for Francois to handle. So it's going to be Revere basketball. 33.6 on the clock. Francois able to knock it down. Great hustle right there. Rove Bryce comes up with it. And it looks like the Tide are just going to try to dribble it out. There is about a 1.5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. So there is going to be a violation. So we'll have 2 seconds left as the Tide take the shot clock violation. And that is going to do it here from Everett High School. We want to thank you for joining us in our doubleheader as the Crimson Tide were able to complete the sweep today of the Revere Patriots. It's the boys varsity winning this one 73-34. We want to thank you for joining us here on EHS TV 15. And again, this is Josh Delgazo, joined by my cameraman, Joe Camley. I got Bill Munier upstairs. He's actually handling the school committee meeting. We'll be joining him momentarily. We have everything off and running there. I want to thank our athletic director, Tammy Turner, for giving me a helpful hand here. Coach Chamberlain and his staff helping me out with all the players, and just everyone here at Everett High School. Our superintendent, Priya Tahiliani, Deputy Superintendent Kim Sai, Assistant Superintendents Charles Obremski and Kevin Shaw, the whole admin crew, and just everyone involved. We just want to thank you. We're very happy to be back and bringing you the action, and looking forward to bringing you some more action. So thanks for joining us as always as EHS TV 15 wraps up the action. Good day, good night.